Welcome to Chrome's Studio, your go-to spot of all things makeup. Melissa Dunlop, Chrome employee and makeup guru, took the time to teach the hub how to accomplish the perfect smoky eye. Whether it be for the holidays or for a night out on the town, you're sure to love this look.
So the very first thing you always want to do is make sure you have a clean palette to start with. And the reason that is none of your makeup is ever going to lay smoothly if you don't have a clean palette. So the first thing I'm doing is Tiara wash your face. This is Tiara. And then the next thing is we're going to take a toner, and what a toner does is it balances out the pH level of the face, but it also pulls anything that doesn't come off when you cleanse. And so toners are very important. They also are the driver for your moisturizer. And once you get everything off, the next step is you want to take a moisturizer that fits your skin type. Going into winter, you can use a little bit heavy moisturizers. SPFs are always recommended. This is Kiehl's ultra-free, oil-free makeup, moisturizer. And Tiara's a little bit oily, so this is a great one for her to use during the day. And she can also do a treatment twice a week with a little bit of a heavier moisturizer just to make sure she stays moisturized. Because even though she's oily, if she doesn't stay moisturized, her skin's going to get very dehydrated and start to actually overproduce. So once you have your face moisturizer, the third thing I would recommend is always going with a primer, especially for those days that are longer or for times that you're just not able to touch up your makeup throughout the day. And so what I love is Cargo's Active Face Primer. It's a great one. Buy them, and why I really love it is it just really helps everything look so much more smooth, and it's going to be active, so that means it's going to work throughout the day. And so Cargo, actually, I love their primers. They make a eye-based primer, and it's really great because it has the application on it. So what we're going to do to Tiara is we're going to do a great fall to middle of the year, or any time of the year. Smoky eyes are great, but the thing about smoky eyes, there are about 3 or 4 tricks and tips that really help you with. And so the first one, after you've primed and done all that, is to really just take a basic eyeshadow. It can be any color that's neutral. So this is a great one, this is a great one, this is a great one. It really doesn't matter. The reason why you want to do that is after you prime, and I'm actually going to use India Song, it's one of my favorites, and the reason is it's matte. And for the look we're doing today, that's just something I love. And we're going to take that all the way from her lid, all the way to her eyebrow. And what that's going to help with is, sometimes when you're using darker colors that are a little more matte, they tend to stick. And then when you try to blend, they're not going to move around. So this is going to make it really easy for us to just blend and move the darker pigments around on her eye. So my favorite one of, I should say, is NARS's color Fedora. And I just love it because it's a really great brown for all skin types. So somebody can make a dark brown smoky eye, or you can actually turn it into a darker smoky eye if you want to play around with what is really, really new and in our eyeshadow sticks that are actually, they're like a cream. So it's an eyeshadow stick that's a cream, and it's really, really great. They're called Soft Touches by NARS. But those are really in and fun, and you can take them and make a purple smoky eye or blue smoky eye over them. So today what I'm going to do is just grab the lighter side of Fedora, and I'm just going to take it right here, right along her lid. And the reason I picked this brush is I really like it for placing pigment lightly. So because it has loose bristles, it's not going to grab the pigment and then throw it onto the eye. It's just going to lightly place a little bit, and I'm able to blend with it. So I'm actually also able to move it in a circular motion, just blend it up, so it's almost disappearing. This is one of my favorite brushes for working into the crease and creating the contour. And the reason that brushes are so important is they really create the type of application. So this is your tool for any application. If you want to grab more pigment, use a stiffer brush. If you want to grab less pigment, say something darker and you're a little bit afraid of putting too much on, a looser brush like this is really, really great. So always having the right tools is going to make it a lot easier. And as you work your way up, learning makeup technique, you can get a little more experience. This brush might be a little bit more experience, but it's really creating that line. And so all I'm doing is working this into a crease and right down on the corner. And that's just working it in so it's not such an awkward line around her eye. And so the great thing after we get kind of just a base, and that's just a basic eyelid, open for me. So it's just going to be basic, it's just right in her crease. When she opens, it's almost going to disappear. My next favorite step, you can take any brush a little bit stiffer, a little bit looser. This is actually right in between. Because I'm just going to grab the first color we use, which is the lighter side, and that's when I'm going to take it. And I'm just going to blend it, and I'm using a downward motion. We're going to take this look and make it a little more bronzy. This color is called Isolde by NARS, and it's actually one of my favorites. For the look that was really in right now, it's such a great color, and not only is it great for everyone, it's just such a velvety tone. And what I'm going to do is place that right in the middle where I look, and that's going to highlight. So I'm just highlighting right in the middle, and I'm blending it out. And then I'm going to take my loose brush back. I grab a little bit of my Fedora. I'm just going to blend. I'm just going to grab that big eye dome brush again and go back. And that eye dome brush is just that big fluffy one. And I recommend this tool for almost anyone from beginner to all the way pro, because it's just going to make your life a lot easier.
Dunlop says before following through with the final touches of your smoky eye, she suggests filling in the eyebrows with an eyebrow liner and brush to even out the accents that you're going to emphasize. Dunlop says she would accomplish a highlight right below the brow to tie the look in all together. Dunlop says the cream shadow stick is the perfect way to accentuate the smoky eye without being too harsh, followed by using an eye cream for underneath the eyes.
One of my favorite soft touch pencils that I was showing you earlier, and I'm just going to pull that right under her eye. It's great because it's not a dark color, it's such a bronze color that it's actually going to help highlight her eye a little bit and just bring in that contour that I pulled out to the side. And we naturally already have the gold right in here, so I can just pull it into the gold. And eye creams you always want to put on with your ring finger. It's the lightest pressure, so it'll just be real light and not pulling at the skin at all. And you always want to keep it down on the orbital bone, because the heat of your natural body temperature is going to raise the cream up. Nuvo makes one of my favorite bronzers. They're an Italian line, it's all mineral based. So there's just a couple fun ones. And natural conceal, this is a little bit of a bigger brush to contour with, but I'm using it for the fact that I'm wanting to blend it out and warm her up a little bit more. So as you can see, it's actually a hand swirled bronzer. And since it is mineral, it's not going to affect anything of her skin type. It's going to be real natural for her. So I'm actually using a Bare Minerals brush now. I like this for blush because you can just take it right on the apples, and then I'm going to pull it right up, and if you're a fan of Nike, learning to do the Nike swish, right on your apples of your cheek, and then down, and then bringing it back up. It's really going to help you learn.
Dunlop applies foundation and concealer on Tiara. The makeup artist completes her look with mascara. Dunlop says the smoky eye can be worn with simply mascara, or you can apply an eyeliner as well. also says no look is complete without some gloss, and Nuba's lipstick or gloss is the perfect combination of color and shine. But the last step Dunlop suggests is something even a model would approve.
Anytime you finish your makeup, a great time if you're going out is this little awesome product called Mono in a Bottle. And you just hold it about 6 to 12 inches from your face, and it's just a light mist. And what that does is just a finishing set spray. So it's just going to set her makeup. It's not going to cause her to get oily. It's not going to clog her pores. It's going to set everything from her eyeshadow to her lipstick to her foundation, so she can wear her makeup all day long.
So there you have it, the perfect look and smoky eye for any occasion. All products shown and used are available at Chrome now. For the Hub at TTU, I'm Lauren Eslenbaum.